What's going on, stackers? So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how you can easily create a dot grid journal for KDP. So welcome back to Stacking Profit. My name's Paddy and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said, in this video, I am going to be sharing with you and showing you how to create a dot grid journal. Now, there's a few things we're going to need. We're going to need tangent templates, Amazon and Canva. Why Canva? Well, that's the tool that I use myself for creating. So let's go over to Amazon and start researching, because that's what you need to do. Research, research, research. Now, when it comes to research, it can actually be pretty simple. So let me show you how simple it can be. Now, right here, I just like to go on this tab, but let's change this to all departments just here. And now let's just type in, what are we looking for? Dot grids. So dot grid journal. So this is what we want to research. We need to research to see what niches that we want to publish in, and we need to research to see what sizes the book are and the dimensions and all that good stuff. So right from here, just by typing in dot grid journal, we can see there's a lot of different keywords. We have dot grid journal for teenage girls, for men, teens, girls, set, black paper dot grid journal, for women, soft cover and all of this good stuff. But this isn't really niching down. You really need to niche down in the dot grid journal niche to make those sales. Now, how do we do that? Well, it's pretty simple. We can use hobbies, animals, sports, foods, plants, things like this. So this instance, let's go with animals. So now what I'd want to do is start putting animals right at the beginning of this long tail keyword, or kind of short tail. So let's think of some animals. Dog dot grid journal. We can see Amazon's auto populating it, which means people are searching for this. And what are they searching for? Dot grid journal notebook. Now we could change this to cat. People are searching for that. A cat dot grid journal. We could do a bear. So no one's looking for a bear dot grid journal. What about a bear dot grid notebook? So no one's searching for that. How do we know? Because Amazon is not auto populating anything. Now, if you want to find more niches like this, then go ahead and watch the other day's video. I'll try and link it right there in the right hand corner, but I just explain a little bit more about niches and how to find them, especially using Google. So go ahead, go and watch that video, because you're going to be able to find so many niches, and those niches can be checked here for the dot grid notebook niche as well. But bear, so no one's searching for that. So what about a bee? A bee dot grid notebook. We can see people are actually searching for this. So let's click on here for a second. Let just Amazon do its thing. Now from here we can see there's 2,000 results. If we look on the first page, there's a lot of real books. What do I mean by real? I just mean things like these. So spiral bound, hardcovers. There's not really that many paperbacks on here, but I'd research to see if this was a good niche that I'd want to publish a book in. And while I'm doing that, I'd go through all of these, I'd find the paperbacks, and then I'd check to see what the average dimensions and the page count and all this good stuff is for that type of book. Then once I've got that information and I know what book that I'm going to create, I'd go ahead and create that. So for this instance, let's just go with B dot grid notebook. So now let's go ahead and start creating this. Now there's a couple of things that we're going to need. Now always remember this as well. I always teach from personal experience. If you see me teaching using Canva, tangent templates or any other kind of software, it's because that's what I use day by day. I don't teach stuff that I don't actually do myself. So please remember that as well. Anyway, from here, we want to start creating the interior. Now for a dot grid journal interior, I would not create this because you can get them in so many places, one of them being tangent templates. So if you don't have tangent templates, I highly recommend getting it because it's one of the best tools out here. Now once you're logged in, this is the dashboard, and we can see we have all these different book types. Now from here, if we click here, we can see dot grid. So this is going to be our dot grid journal. Now I'd click on this, and then I'd put in the right dimensions that we need. So for this instance, we're going to do an 8.5 times 11. We're going to do 109 pages, page count, not 110. Main reason being because any interior like this, you should always modify, even if it's just so slightly. So what I would do would create a first page saying this book belongs to, and then merge it together with this interior. Now I have done a video on that in the past, so I will link that in the right hand corner as well, so you can go through and watch. But from here we have the 109. It will make 110 once I add that new page. So now I just want to click download interior, and now that's the basics of the interior. We now have it. So let's go ahead and just open this so we can see what it looks like. Should look like a dot grid journal, obviously, because it's a dot grid journal. Now we can see that's the interior. Again, I would go through, create a first page. So let me just zoom out on this a little bit more, one more, there we go. So this first page, it would say something like, this notebook belongs to. I'd make that, then merge it together with the interior, and then that's the interior sorted, because a dot grid journal is a dot grid journal. There's not much you can really do with that. Now we have the interior, we want to go ahead and get the cover, or create the cover. So for this instance, we need to use tangent templates again. Why tangent templates? Because if we click on the KDP helper, and then right here, put in all the information about our book, it's going to spit out the dimensions and a template which we can use. So it's very, very easy. Now, 8.5 times 11, we're going to do the 110 pages because that's our interior. We're going to do interior bleed, yes. Why yes? Because if we go back to here, these dots look like they go right to the edge of the page. So if you have anything that goes right to the edge of the page, always remember to click bleed. So from here, we want to click continue. And now we can get all the dimensions that we need. That gives you the dimensions for quite a few different things. So if we scroll down, we have for the KDP cover creator, Canva, Keynote, PowerPoint, Adobe, and all that good stuff. So this is why this is a really, really great tool. Now for this instance, we're going to be using Canva. So right here is the dimensions that we need for our cover. So let's go ahead and take this. If I can, we're going to copy that, 17.25 or 17.5. We go back over here to Canva and start creating the design. So I click on here, custom design. We want to change this to in inches, and then we're going to put that right there, and it was by 11.25 I believe, so 11.25. Put that in there, 11.25. Now I'm going to click create new design, and now we have the base for creating our cover. So if we look here, this is going to be the back just here, this is going to be the front, but now we just need a template on there as well. So if we scroll back up to the top, we can download that just here, and this is going to be our template. So now if we go back over to Canva, drag this right into here, click drop, give that a second to do its thing, and now I'm going to click on here. There we go. So now if I click and drag, what you want to do, if it looks like this and it does not fit, click on the image, go to the corner and just drag it out like that, and we'll do that up the top as well. Now this is our template. This is our template for our cover. We have our interior here, so all we now have to do is actually create the design. Now I am going to cheat a little bit here and use a pre-made design. I'm going to use this because I made this in a previous video where we actually created this composition notebook. If you want to watch that video, go ahead and click right there, right now, in the right hand corner, and I'll link it so you can go through and watch it, because that was a pretty good video all about compositions. But we made this little quick design. Not the best. I would have spent a lot more time on that if I were actually going to create the book and publish it, but I didn't, so this was just an example. But again, we're just going to use that in this video. Now from here, what I want to do is go to Elements, and then recently used this square. So now I want to use this as a spine. So we're going to do that, make it longer. Then we're going to make it spine just there. And now I want to change that to black. And now we're starting to get somewhere. So right now I want to duplicate this, make longer like so. And now I'm going to change this to white like that. And now if we just push that behind that spine, move this on like so, position to the front, let's move back one so it goes behind that spine, and now I can make this bigger. So now that's bigger, I can move that around on the book just to get it how I want. Let's go with that. And now I want to do the other side as well. So in fact, let's just take this. Now, why did I put this template on here? Because most of the time, I don't know how I'm going to design a cover. And I want that design, this template, right here, so I can see the margins on the book right at the edge. Because I want to make sure that nothing goes over that line, which is important, which you'll see in a second. So right from here, I just want to do that. Move that all the way across. We'll move that to there. We're going to duplicate, move that in like that, maybe to there, push behind that spine. There we go. And now it's starting to get somewhere. So what I want to do is use that spine again. So we're going to take this, we're going to duplicate, we are going to move sideways. Then I'm going to get some text, put that there. Now I'm just going to type in dot grid journal, make longer, make white, like so. And then I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller and move that onto here. Now I don't like that font, so I would go through and change that. Let's just try this Smart Lazy to see how that looks. That looks fine, so let's just keep that like that. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can just center this. Let's click on there, move that down like so. Move that back out. Now we're almost there. We've almost done this dot grid. What I want to do quick is just move that, get to there. Let's lock that so that can't move. Let's lock that one as well. And now we can just drag over this, take, move sideways. I can see that that template behind is moving as well because I did not lock it. So let's just go back, maybe to there. Let's move this over. Let's just unlock that really quick, push to the back. And let's just do this one as well. Push back. Let's lock, lock, move this here, lock, and now I can just grab over that, move that to here. Let's just move that to the side like that. Maybe keep it like that, I'm not too sure. Now again, when you design in books, you really need to put the time and effort in to actually creating a design. Now let's just make that a little bit smaller, like so. If we move in, move that over. Let's see if we can center this again. So let's just move that over. Oh, that went a little bit too far. So let's take that. Keep it about there. There we go. And there we go. Bam. We now have a dot grid journal. Now let's just move this like so. There we go. Make sure that any writing that you have does not go right to the edge. Again, let me just show you what I mean. So let's push that to the back. Let's push that to the back. like so. And see that edge just here, this little pink one? We don't want any writing going on that, so that's why I've got that there. And we can see that it's going to be alright. So now I can actually delete that. No, let's go back. I deleted the wrong one. And again, there we go. Now let's go back, delete that, push to the back, delete, and bam, we have our book. So now I can go ahead, download this, and now it's ready for uploading because we now have the interior. Remember to create that first page first. So we have the interior, and now we have the dot grid journal cover, and you can see that it wasn't really that hard to create. Now I did cheat a little bit because we already had this design, but it just made the video a little bit shorter. Now if we zoom out, there we go, we have our dot grid journal, the cover and the interior. Now if you've made it this far, congrats. There's just one thing I want to ask you really quick, and that is about patterns. So you see this was actually pretty easy to create. You can create a lot better designed patterns, but this was rushed because it was in a video. I didn't actually spend a lot of time on it. But if you want to learn how to create patterns like these, then drop a comment down below letting me know, and I will create a video all about patterns, because you can use these patterns on so many different types of books and other print-on-demand items. So that was it. That's all that I wanted to cover. I showed you how to do a bit of research using Amazon and Google. Well, if you want to use Google, you can use that to get lists of animals, sports, foods, hobbies and things like that. But I showed you how to do a little bit of research. I then showed you how to create the interior, or get the interior, and then also how to create the cover. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been Stacking Profit, and I'll see you again soon.